All right, hey, good afternoon. Hey, I'm gonna knock out another video real quick. I just want to let you guys know that, man, I'm already out here set up. Well, trying to get set up. This daggone phone keeps sliding down from me now. All right, so this video is gonna be titled, "Are you looking for the rapture, or are you looking for the second coming of Christ?" And the reason why I want to do this video is because myself, Danny, Brandon, and Rodney were in a Facebook chat room last night, and there were some things that were concerning. Um, and we went ahead and cleared all these things up. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm not going to go into real detailed explanation about our rapture, about our catching away, because I've already done multiple videos on this, and so I just want to keep it short. I want to clearly state what we're looking for and what we're not looking for. All right. Do you know that they are two separate events? One is for the body of Christ, and the other one is for a nation, God's earthly kingdom saints. The main difference is timing. So we can find the timing of the second coming of Christ in Matthew chapter 24, verse 29, where Jesus says, immediately after the tribulation of those days. And then in verse 30, he says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man. Hey, this is prophecy. Has nothing to do with the revelation of the mystery. This is not the rapture. All right, our rapture verses. So before I quote the verses, in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 9, and Romans 5:9, Paul clearly states that we are not appointed to wrath. Well, the 7-year tribulation, or Daniel's 70th week, is considered as a time of wrath. So the timing of the rapture is pre-tribulational. And it was a mystery. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 2 to 5, Paul explains that it was not revealed until Jesus revealed it to him. So the rapture was a mystery, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 51 and 52, and it was not made known. It was a mystery. So it wasn't known prior to Jesus revealing it to Paul. So if the rapture was a mystery, then it's impossible to be in Matthew chapter 24, like I said a second ago. It's only found inside Paul's epistles. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 13 to 18, clearly states that we are caught up together with him in the clouds, or to meet the Lord in the air, right? This is our blessed hope. You can find that out in Titus chapter 2, verses 11 to 13. The only people who are caught up is the body of Christ. When this occurs, a very small amount of people are going to disappear. So the vast majority of people are going to remain on earth, and they're probably not even going to realize what just happened, because there's only a very minimal amount of us that are going to disappear, that are actually saved. We will spend eternity in heaven. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1. All right, so the second coming of Christ was prophesied with a location. You can find that out in Zechariah chapter 14, verses 1 to 3. Jesus returns to the exact same place he left from. He literally touches the Mount of Olives, an actual return to the ground. In Revelation chapter 19, verse 11, this is Jesus returning, his second coming again, and the armies that follow him. That's in verse 14. Verse 15 explains what Jesus does prior to setting up his 1,000-year kingdom, or his millennial kingdom. He destroys his enemies. He literally pours out his vengeance. Now, compare that with 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 16, with Jesus, like I just said, with Jesus coming in the clouds and us to be caught up and meet him in the air, right? In conclusion, the sole purpose for Jesus' second coming is for him to return. Then he pours out his vengeance on his enemies, and then he establishes his millennial kingdom, and he will govern on earth in Jerusalem for those 1,000 years. The purpose of our catching away is for Christ to receive his own body and to take us up to heaven to reign forever. We have nothing to do with his earthly kingdom, okay? All right, so we are looking for our blessed hope, our catching away, our rapture, right? We're not looking for the second coming of Christ. So we will not be here when that event takes place. Of course, we'll be able to see what's going on from us looking down in heaven. I mean, I assume we're going to be able to see everything that's happening. So, all right. Well, grace and peace to you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.